You didn't buy that car because you needed transportation. You didn't take that promotion because you needed the money. You didn't post that photo because you wanted to share a memory. You did all of it because of something ancient, something running below your awareness, something you share with every human being who has ever lived. And once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. Welcome back to Decoded. If you haven't seen our first episode, Decoded, Why You Do What You Do, I'd recommend starting there. In that video, we laid out the foundational framework that underneath all human behavior are a set of ancient biological drives we call primal hungers. These are not personality traits. They are not choices. They are evolutionary hardware. Reward systems built into us over millions of years because they solved survival and reproductive problems for our ancestors. The core idea is simple. Mother Nature needed us to behave in certain ways to survive and reproduce. So she wired us to want things, deeply, compulsively, sometimes irrationally. She made the wanting feel like it was coming from us. It wasn't. You must learn to understand, acknowledge, and sometimes rein in these primal hungers, lest they wreak havoc on your modern life. Today we're pulling apart one of the most powerful hungers in the system, one that runs your career, your social media, your relationships, your purchases, and your interior life, and does it almost entirely without your knowledge. This is status hunger. Status hunger is the drive to rise in rank relative to other people, not to be comfortable, not to be safe, not to be liked, to be above, to be recognized as more capable, more valuable, more significant than the people around you. Every human being on the planet has it. It never fully turns off, and it has no natural finish line, because in the environment it was built for, there was always someone above you, and rising always helped. Here's why Mother Nature built this into you. In the ancestral environment, the small hunter-gatherer bands your brain was designed for, status wasn't about ego, it was about survival. High-status individuals got first access to food. They got the best mates. They got protection from the group when threatened. They got their children fed first when resources were scarce. Low-status individuals got the leftovers. Their children were more vulnerable. Their position in the group was less secure. The gap between high and low status wasn't about comfort. It was about whether your genes made it to the next generation. So the individuals who burned with status hunger, who fought for rank, who competed relentlessly, who felt genuine pain when surpassed, those individuals passed on more genes, and those genes are in you right now. Status hunger is not a character flaw, it is a survival system. Here's where it gets interesting and uncomfortable. That survival system is now running in a world it was never designed for, and it cannot tell the difference. When you feel a spike of satisfaction posting something that gets a lot of likes, that's status hunger getting fed. When you feel a specific, quiet deflation, watching a friend announce a promotion, a new house, an achievement, that twinge of something you don't want to admit, that's status hunger registering a threat. When you find yourself unable to let an argument go, not because the truth matters, but because losing feels intolerable, that's status hunger. When you spend money you don't have on things you don't need to signal something to people who aren't paying attention, that's status hunger. The brain doesn't know you're not on the savannah anymore. It doesn't know that the mental scoreboard you're keeping has zero effect on whether your children eat tonight. It just knows someone is above you. That is a threat. Climb. Here's the cruelest part of the design. Status hunger was never meant to be permanently satisfied. A permanently satisfied hunger stops driving behavior, and Mother Nature needs you to keep climbing. So the satisfaction of achieving a status goal is always temporary. The promotion feels good for a week, maybe a month. Then the baseline resets and the hunger returns, now aimed at the next rung. This is not a malfunction. This is the system working exactly as designed. The hedonic treadmill isn't a glitch, it's the feature. And the modern world has made it catastrophically worse, because it has given us infinite status ladders with no top rung. Follower counts, net worth rankings, performance reviews, comment sections. Every metric is a ladder. Every ladder has no ceiling. Status hunger can run forever in this environment and never once get the signal that it's done. The man who sacrifices his marriage, his health, his relationship with his children in pursuit of status isn't a villain. He's a human being running ancient software in a modern world the software wasn't built for. The woman who feels genuine anxiety every time someone she knows succeeds isn't weak or broken. She's running a threat detection system calibrated for a world where that anxiety was justified. The teenager who would rather do almost anything than suffer public humiliation in front of their peers. That's not fragility. That's a status system firing at full ancestral intensity on a high school hallway. Understanding this doesn't make the hunger go away, but it gives you something you didn't have before. The ability to look at your own behavior and ask, is this me or is this the hunger? You can't control a drive you can't see. Now you can see it. Status hunger is ancient. It is powerful. It is running in you right now. It shaped your career path, your social behavior, your spending, and a significant portion of your interior emotional life. And almost none of that happened with your conscious awareness. That's what Decoded is here for. Next episode, we go deeper into another primal hunger, so stay tuned. And if this landed for you, share it with someone who needs to see it. Once they see it, they won't be able to unsee it. Please subscribe, and thanks for watching.